And admit it. Even though you're separated from Logan, the thought of him being in love with another woman really rankles you. Admit it!
Out!
No!
Because April's still in love with her dead husband. I mean, that's a hard enough torch to bear for a pretty young widow.
Well, she may not be a widow, you know? Draper Scott may still be alive.
What did you say?
Nothing. I didn't say anything.
You said that Draper Scott might still be alive.
No, I said that his memory may still be alive.
That's not what you meant, Cliff. Come on. You know something I don't know.
Hey, me? Come on. Me know something you don't know? The CIA calls you up and asks you what's going on.
Then why did you just tell me that Draper might still be alive? They found his body in a train wreck. He was dead. They buried him. There was a funeral. I even cried.
Oh, you cried for the wrong body. Hey, look, forget I ever said that, all right? Forget I ever said anything. Look, if you tell anybody I said this, you'll be crying at my funeral.
You haven't even told me anything, so talk. Come on, why did we all cry for the wrong stiff?
Because it was the wrong stiff in the casket. That wasn't Draper Scott. I don't know, something strange happened up there at Grand Falls. Sergeant Dwyer, the guy who's supposed to take Draper to the pen, he was handcuffed to the wrong man.
How do you know this?
Because they did an autopsy. They dug up the body to take a second look, and it wasn't Draper. It was somebody else.
Then what happened to Draper's body?
And nobody knows. So don't get so excited about it, because he probably drowned with all those other people. And maybe, just maybe he is still alive.
I don't believe this. And Logan knew. Logan knew the whole time. Oh, my poor husband. He fell for a widow, and she isn't.
I'd really love to go out with you two tonight. I just can't.
Well, why not? Now that you've got a live-in babysitter, there shouldn't be any problem. Molly Sherwood's there tonight, isn't she?
Oh, yeah, she's here. Truth is, I'm having company. Emily Michaels is coming over this evening. So, where are you two planning to go tonight, anyway?
The unicorn.
Oh, you're kidding.
Nope. Yep. It's going to be the unicorn, okay. We're going to go over there. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get Miles out on the floor to disco or not, but we thought it'd be kind of interesting to see what Elliot has done with the place, you know?
Well, I have to admit, I am rather tempted to go with you. I'm real curious to see what that place looks like these days. Well, like I said, I can't do it. I just hope the darn place is a flop. That's what I hope. I mean, I know that sounds... I don't want him to make a penny of profit. That sounds charitable.
No. It proves your humor.
Listen, let me talk to her, will you?
Miles wants to talk to you just a sec.
Hi, kid. How are you?
Oh, I'm just fine, Doc. You all ready to go out and boogie?
Yeah, I don't know how I let Nicole talk me into this.
Oh, I wish I could go with you, but I was telling Nicole I'm having company. Oh, Emily Michaels is coming over tonight. Can I tell her about the interview tomorrow?
Sure, save me the trouble. Tell her to come between 9:30 and 10 o'clock. I'll manage to see her.
Will do. And believe me, you're going to like her. And I'm sure she'll be terrific with the patients. And what I know of her experience with her father, I'm sure she knows how to keep records and files and fill out insurance forms and do any of that.
Well, we'll see. You just give her my address. Tell her I'll be expecting her.
I will. And listen, you two have a real good time tonight.
Okay, so long.
Bye-bye.
You know, to be honest about it, I'm sort of happy April isn't going to go with us tonight.
Well, we had to ask her. I know what you mean. The thought of having to face her knowing what we know about this autopsy.
Sometimes I think we made the wrong decision. Sometimes I think we really ought to tell her the whole truth. Certainly would make things easier, wouldn't it?
For us, maybe, but I don't think for her.
No, you're right. Wouldn't do a bit of good. Her agonizing over the fact that the wrong man is buried in Draper's grave. And if Draper's real grave's in the bottom of some river, perhaps. I'm sorry. So.
No, the thing that would really not do her any good is the thought that Draper might still be alive. You know, we are being very silly. The whole purpose of going out tonight is to get our minds off of this subject, you know?
Mrs. Scott?
Yeah, Molly.
Well, I couldn't help hearing your phone conversation before about Emily coming over tonight after supper.
Oh, yeah, she should be over here in, I guess, about a half an hour or so.
Did I also hear you say something about a job with your brother?
Yeah, I arranged an interview for them. Just hope they get along.
But Mrs. Scott, now, I know that this is none of my business, but do you think you're really doing the right thing?
Well, yes, I did. Don't you?
Well, to tell you the truth, I'm not sure. You see, I have known Emily and Father a long time, and I don't know if you know that Dr. Galt really didn't have a regular medical practice. I mean, by that I mean he was an old-fashioned country doctor. His office was in his home,
Molly.
and people came from a long way to see him.
Listen,
Yes.
I don't know if this is any of your concern, but my father was a country doctor, too.
Oh, well, no, that's not the point, you see. In Evansville, it's a very small farming community, and, well, I don't know if you know that more and more people are moving into town to look for work, and what it really means is that Dr. Galt didn't have all that many patients, so you see, I think your brother will find that Emily's experience is just a little exaggerated.
Well, I think we should both leave that up to my brother to decide. Excuse me.
See, Cliff, the thing is, I bet Logan knew about this the whole time. He just didn't want his darling little April to know that her husband might still be walking around.
Raven, you've got to believe me. You cannot tell anyone that I told you this. Mike Carr would never trust me with anything again in
Will
his
you
life.
stop worrying? I'm not going to tell anyone you told me. I'll just say it was a rumor. And besides, I don't see why it has to be some big secret anyway.
Well, because of Mrs. Draper Scott. How do you think she would feel about all this?
Wonderful. She'd think her husband was still alive.
There isn't a chance in 1,000 her husband's still alive.
Well, that's better than no chance at all.
No, it isn't. Do you want her to spend the rest of her life looking out a window, waiting?
That's a pretty picture.
I thought you said you were good friends with April.
I am good friends with April. Obviously, a lot better friends than Logan Swift is. Don't you see? He kept this information from her, right? Why? Because he wanted to keep her interested in him. Why did he want to keep her interested in him?
Because he's in love with her.
Who asked you? I'll tell you why. Because he needs her. That's why. He needs her for this custody trial. And you see, I just wonder. I wonder what April would say if she knew what Logan kept from her. Probably the most important information of her life.
Oh, no, wait a minute now. You're not going to tell April, are you? I mean, you can't tell April.
You're really going to go through with it, huh? You're going to give up the sun and the sand and the tan and all those stuffed bikinis laying on the beach?
Never know. Could get lucky up there. Little beginner's luck. Solve the mystery on my first day, and then I'd have the rest of my time free.
I wouldn't count on that if I were you. I
Me
don't
neither.
think the authorities are going to give you too much cooperation.
I know. You don't think they'll like the suggestion that somebody on their rescue party tampered with the bodies?
Why would somebody tamper with those bodies? What could they possibly gain?
Well, somebody did it, that's for sure. Those cuffs were unlocked, then they were relocked, with the wrong person at the other end and by the wrong hand.
You know what? What does it really matter? The dead are dead. It's not going to make any difference in the world whether Draper Scott's buried in the earth or in the water.
Well, it makes a difference if he's not buried at all. He could still be alive.
You don't believe that any more than I do. But I guess you have to know. I asked Calvin Stoner and Deborah Saxon to come up here.
They know the whole story?
They know it all. They found out about the autopsy themselves. I told them about the results. Must be them now. Sure. Yes, Helen. Please send them right in. I figure they've got a right to know what's going on. This has been their case from the very beginning.
I suppose it's possible. Hi, Chief. Hey, Logan.
Hi, guys. Come on in. You know what this is all about. I thought Logan could benefit from our expertise before he goes up to Grand Falls.
Well, I don't know how much this is going to help you, Logan, but the deputy sheriff up there is an old academy classmate of mine. His name's Clinker, but don't hold that against him. He's a good man and might be of some help.
Clinker?
Yeah.
Well, I certainly won't forget that. Thank
Well,
you.
I don't have any friends up at Grand Falls, but I do have a theory that you could use if you like.
What's that?
Well, I think it's logical to think that Sam Dwyer himself unhooked those handcuffs because he was trapped in the wreck and he didn't want Draper to die with him.
Yeah, maybe, but it seems the only person that could stand to benefit from another body being re-handcuffed back to Dwyer would be Scott himself.
You mean to try to make good his escape?
Yeah, but Logan won't buy that.
Well, neither do I. I don't think Draper would be the kind of person to do such a thing.
Well, go ahead. Finish about
Well,
the
I think
theory.
Dwyer did it himself.
Dwyer?
Yeah.
What for?
Well, Sergeant Dwyer never believed that Draper was guilty. Didn't you know that?
Well, no, I didn't. Is that true?
Yeah, Dwyer was none too pleased about this case. He thought it was all much too pat. Obviously, he was right.
Isn't it ironic that he was the one chosen to take Draper to prison? I guess it was pretty lucky.
Luck, I don't know if I'd call it that.
Well, anyway, the point is, I think Dwyer did it because he realized that the body was going to be unrecognizable. Maybe he wanted it that way. Maybe he wanted Draper to go free.
Maybe. Awful lot of maybes. We're not going to find out from Dwyer himself, that's for certain. Maybe I'll get lucky, find out from somebody else.
Yeah, maybe we will.
We? What do you mean we?
Oh, the chief didn't tell you? I've got a week's vacation coming. I'm going to take it tomorrow. I thought I'd come up to Grand Falls with you and give you a hand. That is, if you want one.
So you're not going to come at all, is that it?
Elliot, I can't help it. I told you I had a babysitter, but the plans changed. I mean, don't you think I want to come over there? I don't want to stay here with a stupid kid.
Well, get used to it, darling. You're going to be sitting at home with that baby for many more years to come. You really should get yourself a permanent babysitter, you know.
Oh, sure. How? I don't have any money. My allowance has been shrinking every day due to inflation. And besides, you know how much money I pay for this apartment. And with my clothes bill, it eats up every single penny that Mother sends me.
I got my own money problems, Raven. Don't talk to me about yours. Besides, yours are all going to be solved when Mommy goes to her eternal reward, right?
Elliot, you sound like you're mad at me. You know how I hate it when you're mad at me.
I know, because you think I'm going to put that infamous letter of yours in the mail and then address it to Logan Swift, Esquire, right?
That's not funny.
Right. Look, I'll be around about midnight. Or maybe sooner if the crowd stays as thin as it is right now.
Elliot, look, don't come tonight, okay? I'm a mess.
I'll turn out the light. I won't notice.
No, please, please, don't come tonight.
I'm going to be there at midnight.
Elliot, Jamie is very cranky. And when he gets in a bad mood, you know how upset it makes you.
All right. All right. Look, I think I'd better call you back when you're both in a better mood.
Okay. Good night.
Don't you have anything to eat around here? The only thing I could find was potato chips and baby food.
Cliff, is that what you came over here for? To eat?
That's not what I came over here for. I didn't come over here to discuss business, especially legal business. You know what? Now I'm not going to have any legal business now that Mike Carr finds out what a big mouth I have.
I told you I'm not going to tell Mike Carr who told me. I'll tell him somebody else told me.
Who?
I know other people.
There's only one other person who knows anything about this, and Logan would not talk in 1,000 years.
No, he wouldn't talk, would he? Because it would ruin a little game that he's playing with his prime witness.
Wait a minute. This is no game. Look, I know Logan, and I know when he's in love with a woman. And believe me, he's in love with April.
Not true. I am the only woman that Logan Swift is in love with. And he may pretend he's in love with other women just to spite me or to prove to me that he doesn't love me. But never will he stop caring for me. Do you understand? Never.
Okay, take it easy.
Well, what an occasion. I was hoping to see the two of you here one of these nights.
Well, we just decided that we would come on over and see what you've done with the place.
Certainly livelier than the old unicorn.
Well, unfortunately, not as lively as it could be. Maybe it'll fill up with people later on. I hope so, anyway. So, Doctor, I didn't know you were interested in the disco scene.
Well, I didn't know whether I was or not either. We'll find out. I think we'd like to start off by watching.
Well, in that case, I'll put you at the spectator gallery. Why don't you follow me? How's this? All right?
Oh, fine.
There we are. You look lovely tonight.
Thank you.
I'll send a waitress over as soon as possible.
Thank you.
Enjoy it.
Well, here we are. Is it much different from the old unicorn, isn't it? Just still lights, music.
Crowd's a little bit younger, but there is of it.
Hey, you're not sorry that we came, are you?
No, of course not. I'd be happy to go anywhere that you were, even a discotheque.
Good Lord.
What's the matter?
Well, I don't know. It might be the lights in here, but Miles, look at that waitress.
What about her?
She's the one. That, I'm sure of it, is the girl that was been following me around. That's been haunting me. Everything seems to be moving so fast now. It's just weeks ago that I was a country doctor's daughter living miles away from the big city.
Well, with any luck, one thing won't have changed. You will still be working for a doctor.
Really would be wonderful, but I don't want to get my hopes up too high. I'm kind of nervous about this interview tomorrow.
Oh, don't be silly. Miles is just a kind and very gentle man.
Must run in the family, then.
Thank you. I'll tell you, I have very good feelings about this interview tomorrow. Very good feelings. Miles is going to offer you the job. I see no reason why he wouldn't.
It really would be perfect if Kirk and I were both working at jobs that we really liked. At least I hope he likes his job. He's awfully grateful to have it. You know, there are not that many out there.
Yeah. How's he feeling?
Oh, he's getting along just fine, thank you. With a few setbacks.
You know, Emily, you've never really told me anything about his illness.
Well, it's not really an illness. It's, well, it's more like an injury. He had a head injury. It happened a little while ago.
And the injury affected his memory?
Yes. There are just certain things that he can't remember. And certain things that really upset him. As a matter of fact, here's one of them.
What?
The carousel. For some reason, it really upset him. I don't know why. I told you I had my old piano sent from Evansville to Oakdale. Last night I was just sitting there picking out a tune, and I started playing this carousel melody. Well, Kirk heard it, and it really affected him.
Affected him how?
Well, it's hard to explain. I guess it must have triggered an old memory of the past. Maybe it was the idea of a carousel itself.
But why the carousel?
I don't know, but... Well, back in Evansville, in the room where Kirk was staying when he was recovering from his accident, there was an old lamp there with a carousel base, and it affected him the same way.
Well, I guess all that means is that there was a carousel in his memory just like there was a carousel in mine.
Oh?
Oh, Julia's finally asleep. Emily.
Hi, Molly. How are you?
Oh, I'm perfect. Oh, on my way to the kitchen. Can I get you to anything?
I do believe there's a fresh pot of tea on the stove.
Wonderful.
Well, I'll just bring it in.
Now, what were you saying about the carousel?
Oh, nothing. Just a It's just a silly memory that means something to you because you're in love, you know.
I understand.
Draper and I hadn't known each other too long when he asked me out. We drove into the country on a picnic. We filled up a basket full of food. Cheese and wine and bread. Sandwiches. Ants. Bees. It's really a wonderful day. I think it was the spring. It wasn't quite summer yet. Well, it doesn't matter. It was just a beautiful day. Sometime during the day, we took a walk, and we came across an old carousel. It was kind of in disrepair and wasn't running. There wasn't anybody there. We found a man who ran the carousel, and Draper gave him a few dollars, and he ran it just for us. Guess it was just one of those unforgettable days, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. It's funny. It sounds a little like the story Kirk told me.
What did he say?
Nothing very much. Just that he remembered a carousel. There was a picnic. And a woman.
Oh, look what I've done. I didn't mean it. I'm just so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Seems as though a harmony is hard to find. Always on my mind. And frustrated days pass without sight. The edge of night, half dark, half light. Do you think we might wake up someday and be aware